Hola clase, esta noche vamos a hablar de la diferencia entre saber y conocer en español. Sometimes it's not who you know, but what you know. And this is going to make more sense in a second. Ok, primero vamos a tomar unos apuntes. Talking about whom or what you know is saber conocer. Just as you have learned to use ser and estar in different situations as the English of to be, the Spanish verbs saber and conocer are used in very different situations for to know. Both verbs are irregular in the yo present tense. First, let's look at saber. Saber in the yo form is se, S-E with an accent. Everything else about saber is completely normal in the present tense. Sabes, sabe, sabemos, sabéis, saben. Conocer is also irregular in the yo because it ends in CER. And we're going to talk more about some verbs that end in CER and CIR and what that does in the yo form. So, conozco, conoces, conoce, conocemos, conocéis, conocen. Again, this is just the present tense form of the verb. First, let's talk about using saber. Use saber to talk about facts that someone may or may not know. Saber, followed by an infinitive, meaning an unconjugated verb, indicates that someone knows how to do something. Okay, so we're going to look at some examples using both that first bullet point, that facts that someone may know or not know, and knowing how to do something. So the first one, do you know where one can buy flowers? ¿Sabes dónde se puede comprar flores? That's saying, do you know where one can buy flowers? And yo sé dar direcciones en español. I know how to give directions in español, in Spanish. That's what we've been doing. I know you know how to do that now. The third and final one. Ellos no saben jugar el béisbol muy bien. It should be al béisbol, A-L. Saben jugar. They don't know how to play baseball very well. Now let's talk about the verb conocer. Conocer is used to discuss whether someone is familiar with or acquainted with people, places, or things. Notice that it is necessary to add the personal a, meaning just the letter a, after conocer when referring to people. So, por ejemplo, I have the first example is one dealing with people. Do you know your neighbors? Tú conoces a tus vecinos. Notice you have the a there because you're referring to people, whether someone knows people. Okay? And the second one is saying that you are familiar with a flower shop near the metro station, near the metro station, subway. So, yo conozco una florería cerca de la estación de metro. I'm familiar with a flower shop near the subway station. Okay, here are some other CER and even CIR to CZO words. Okay, that only affects the yo form of these present tense verbs. Other verbs like conocer that require the spelling change of C to ZC for the yo in the present tense include the following: conducir, to drive or to conduct, and ofrecer, to offer. Por ejemplo, nunca conduzco en el centro de la ciudad. I never drive in the center of the city. Esto es un ejemplo en la Ciudad de México. Hay mucho tráfico. Y otro ejemplo, siempre ofrezco ayuda a todo el mundo. I always offer help to everyone. Gracias, clase. Hasta mañana.